That is not a healthy noise, and it's all coming from down here. So let's investigate and see exactly what's going on with all this.
The Polo that we're fixing up has developed a nasty squeal, and on inspection it looks like it's coming from the auxiliary belt area. Now bear in mind, we've done a timing chain and all sorts of bits on this car, and all the original equipment has gone back on. But what I can see from an inspection is that this all looks to be original factory equipment. The belt's still got VW AG on it, showing it's the original belt. I know that's the original idler, and by the looks of it, with the part numbers and the stampings, that is the original tensioner. So there's 100,000 miles on this car, and it's very, very, very uncommon for an auxiliary belt and its associated systems to go for 100,000 miles without issue. So there's a few things we need to check, because the squeal usually comes from the belt slipping around either a stuck pulley or being too loose, and it basically slips on the pulleys, creates the squeal, and that's what you get. Now ours isn't your typical auxiliary belt squeal. It sounds a little bit different. Normally it's just a high-pitched squeal that goes away when you rev and everything expands, but this is a little bit different. But we can see from Dan pressing on that belt there, that looks remarkably loose for an auxiliary belt, almost like you could pull it off. You're supposed to be able to get about a quarter of a turn. That you can pretty much roll all the way over. So straight away, we know that either the belt is too big or the tensioner's gone dead. But let's dive in and see what we can figure out. Now, first thing I want to do is fire the car up and look at the area while it's actually running, because like I said before, our noise is not typical of just a loose belt, but we can see the belt is loose. But it sounds like there's a bearing gone in there, right? So the best way to diagnose this and test it is to start basically using some lubricant like this. So what I'm going to do is put a bit on the idler, because to me it sounds like one of the bearings in the pulley's gone. Now it doesn't sound like the alternator, it sounds like it might be that idler down there. So I'm going to spray a bit of grease on. I might not be able to get it into the bearing, but if I spray it on there, we'll see if the noise, right, the noise quietens down when you hit that idler, which is good, because that points us in that direction. So what we'll do is probably turn it off, we'll pull that belt off, and we're going to check whether that idler's any good, because it doesn't even look like it's moving properly. So that's the next thing to do. To get it off, all we need is a 16mm socket to slacken the tensioner, and then basically a Torx 50 for the main bolt through the pulley. So let's just slacken that tensioner, and it's just anti-clockwise, pop the belt off, and then essentially swap over tools, move the belt out the way, and we can get that idler off.
One of the faster jobs to do.
Definitely, with auxiliary belts it is quite quick, it's not too bad at all.
Easy as well, not technically challenging at all.
No, definitely something you can do at home. If you've got a basic tool set, you can easily do auxiliary belt issues or change them or service them, no problem whatsoever.
But it is the longest bolt ever known to man.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh my God, it's still going.
Yeah, it's a fairly big old bolt.
Come on. There we go.
Okay, there it is.
So if you look at this, you're expecting a little bit of play, that's normal, but well, that's a bit excessive. That's going to be the root of our noise.
Now what's notable about this idler pulley is you can see it looks very polished, and we can see there's definitely evidence of the belt dragging along it when it weren't moving. So the bearing's been seizing intermittently, and you can see the amount of slack in it, and when it's been seizing, the belt's been sliding across it, which also causes an additional squeal, but also then causes it to polish up and wears the belt. So I can see that that's definitely one of our issues.
New idler pulley there. This is how we're going to solve one of our issues. Move the belt out of the way. Just slot it straight back in the hole and screw it in, nice and easy. Again, longest bolt in the world, so it takes about 3 weeks to get it in there. Come on.
Now I suspect there might actually be 3 issues at play here. We've got the new idler on, but you can see that the belt almost goes over the tensioner without anything actually. In fact, you know what? I think I could literally put that over the tensioner without actually moving it, which is a problem, because that's, I mean, yeah, look at that. That shows that there is definitely one more issue, and that is either the belt is too far stretched or the tensioner is completely dead.
Mine was
so,
tensioner.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out, right? But now I've put that on without even moving the tensioner. What we'll do is we'll start the car to see if the noise has initially gone away of the dragging pulley, but we know that belt is still too loose, so we're definitely going to have a look at that and sort that out. Right, so the noise is still there, but not as bad. It's very intermittent, but that's telling me that that is the loose belt causing it, and we can see how much it's jumping round. So I think we're better off just replacing the belt and the tensioner on this. What about you, Dan?
Yeah, turns to a multi-level problem, hasn't it?
Yep, so let's jump at that and we'll see if we can solve that wobbling about.
Let's do it.
Now on your OE VW equipment, it's actually a very notable thing to point out. You can see this little tab on the tensioner here, and there's a hole on the body. Now this would be used to lock the tensioner open. However, when the spring is new and it's got all the tension on it, this tab won't sit against the housing there, it will actually sit down a little bit. So what we can actually see by that is that the tensioner spring has worn and gone slack over time, and it's absolute maximum adjustment, which might be causing the loose belt issue, but for the price of a belt, we may as well put one on anyway. It's like 20 quid, it's not worth risking.
It's important to make sure your auxiliary belt or fan belt is tight, because having a loose belt will cause all sorts of issues, such as battery won't charge properly, your aircon might not work, your power steering could be heavy. Anything that's connected around the same circuit as your fan belt will be affected.
So new tensioner, old tensioner, they might look a bit different, but they are the same, they do the same job. You can see this one's locked in the open position, ready for when we put the belt around it, we pull the pin and then it tensions. And the other notable difference is this one, you use the center of this pulley to actually slacken it, whereas here, you just use the big Torx 50 or Torx 60 in there instead of actually levering it off the pulley itself. So let's get it installed. We reuse the old bolt as well, because they don't come with one. You can order a new one, but they're not under much stress, these, so you can reuse the old one, no problem. Right, let's get it in. So new tensioner on, new belt on. Now, time to see if it solved the problem. I just need to get round there, Dan, to the key.
But it feels tighter, don't it? So
it feels a lot tighter, very well. I couldn't slip it over the tensioner without it moved, so. Well, I would say that is problem solved. That is not shaking or wobbling about everywhere. It's nice and tight, it's running true. That is bang on, and more importantly, no horrible squeal.
That sounds so much better.
Oh my God, don't it just?
Sounds like a Tapperty 1.2 Polo engine.
It does, and now we know the battery will be charging efficiently, the aircon will be working efficiently, the power steering will be working efficiently. It's an external water pump on this as well, so we know that that's all going around nicely, so we know we're all good in that area. That is a job well done, didn't cost a huge amount of money, and it's problem solved.
What did it cost?
So the belt was about £21, I think the tensioner was about £36, and the idler wheel was about another £20. So we're looking at about 70 quid, give or take. But to transform it, get rid of the noise and make sure we get a lot more mileage out of it.
70 quid in what, 15, 20 minutes labour?
Literally 15, 20 minutes. So not a huge cost overall, 70 quid, and literally anybody can do that out in the driveway, no special tools, no major access required, it's that simple.
So if your Polo has a squeaky alternator belt, now you know
how to do it.
Fix it.
So thankfully we caught this early enough before it turned into a big problem somewhere out on the road, and it means it was a quick, easy bit of preventative maintenance. Now, if you want to learn more about car maintenance, car repairs, then make sure you subscribe and you follow so you can always keep up to date with our latest videos.